For this project, we're going to take an ordinary manila folder and we're going to turn this folder into a mini album. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the folder up, and as you see, I already have the creases set up. This is going to be the middle line, which is already the fold that is naturally set up on your file folder. We're going to fold 4 inches from the bottom up. And again, you already have that natural crease. So you're going to fold it in half. You're going to have one side with the file tab and one side without. So the file side that does not have the file tab on it, you're going to fold it back so that this line aligns with the natural crease. Okay? And then you're going to have the length side of the file side. You're going to use the crease that you just made by folding this side up as the crease line for the opposite side so that it folds back. Now that we've completed folding the file folder, we need to sponge some ink around the border of the file folder. So let's get started. We're going to use this archival ink, sepia color, and we're also going to use a cosmetic wedge to stamp the ink directly onto the file folder. And we're going to go all along the edges. By the time we've complete sponging the ink all around the border, the edges of the file folder, it will look like this. This is the inside, the fold, and this is the back. A great thing about this project is you can use your scrap papers from other projects and use it on this mini album that we're going to make with these filed folders. So what I'm going to do is cover these panels. We're going to work on the bottom panel. One panel that we're going to need is 4 by 3/4. 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and the final one is 4 5/8 by 3 3/4. Before I adhere each panel, each scrap page to this panel, one thing that I want to do is take my wedge again and just put a little ink around the border. So I will do that to each panel before I adhere it. I've colored the border of each scrap page with the ink, the sepia ink, and now I'm going to adhere them to the panels. I'm using this tape runner. I love it. It holds very well in my hand. It's permanent tape, it's double tape, it's acid free, and you can purchase this stamp runner adhesive. Just go to www.craftandlast.com and you can purchase tape. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next panels. This is going to be the lost footage segment. Unfortunately, I worked on the interior of this mini file folder and lost some footage because I didn't have the record button on. So we're going back to this segment of what we've missed. And what you would have seen is this whole file folder open, and you would have seen me adhere each of these scrapbooking pages to the interior. It's the same length, it's the same width as the bottom. However, the length is 7 inches. Be sure to ink around the border with your makeup applicator, the ink around the edges before you adhere it down. The pockets, to close the pocket, I use my double stick tape because this is a real heavy duty tape to use. What I've done on the back side is I've closed the middle part together and again use my double stick tape, and that way I adhered the middle together so we lost that accordion look on the back side. Okay, moving right along back to the video. I've adhered all the panels to the file folders. The outside folders, it measures 3 3/4 by 7 inches, and on the back side with the file flap, it is 4 1/2 by 7. And what I've done is I've taken some ribbon and I've glued the ribbon with some double stick tape, and then after I completed that, then I added the back panel, or this back scrapbook page over it. When you have your ribbon, make sure that you have enough length so that when you tie a bow, you have some wiggle room here, because you're going to add your embellishments and your stamps and all your goodies to the inside of your mini folder. So just make sure you have enough ribbon to get some wiggle room.
I've completed my file folder mini album, and as you can see, I've added a decorative paper flower that I've made. I added another layer of paper. I also stamped happy memories on the file tab. So when we open the first pages of the file folder, I have stamped a flower. I've colored it or doodled with white ink. I've stamped a friend is a gift you give yourself, best friend, and stamped some flowers. Here's a tag. They're pretty long tags to put your photos of your friendship or to journal. The tag at the top, I used a punch from Stampin' Up. It's a staple in my crafting. As far as crafting, it's a staple I use all the time. On the second page, I have another large tag, a small tag here with a button. Did some paper piercing and sewing. A lace little flower here with some bling on it. And I used some purple ribbon, organza ribbon, with a charm that says love at the bottom. And a little tag here that says friendship. The final section, I have again 2 more large tags. I've made a photo frame here that you can put a photo here. It's about at least 3 by 3. I have this little admit one ticket that says best friend, admit one. And I also stamped here a little corner here, added some bling. And the final page, it says, if I pull the tag away, it says journey, explore, and dream. And I used this sticker here, and I added some bling to the butterfly and just layered some paper. And there you have it. This is a simple way to make a gift for a friend using manila folder, and it's a great way to preserve a memory, whether it be any kind of theme that you want. And this particular theme I have is friendship.